Hi guys, Chris here again. So today we're learning circle theorems, okay? So these are all recent past papers from Cambridge and from Edexcel. So let's see what to do. All right, so this is a little bit confusing, right? Yeah, I tend to get confused sometimes. Okay, but let's see. So some theorems you should know. So I will do them and explain what a theorem. So from here, there's no center. So if there's no center, you can do elimination. So when there is no center, it means you cannot use, that means you are not going to use diameter 1. Remember, the diameter 1 makes 90, right? So this is how I know this I cannot use here. Also, I am not going to use angle at center is twice the angle at the circumference because there's no center. Here there's center, so I might use it. Here there's no center. So those two theorems are gone. Which ones are left? So I'm left with quadrilateral. I'm left with same segment. I'm left with same segment. Remember, this and this adds up to 180. Okay, which one is left? I'm also left with, okay, here there is no tangent. So this is not there, the tangent one. So you should know the theorem or else you'll be confused about it, solving it. So here is 20, example. It is here that is 20, just example. So these are some of the theorems you should know, okay? So I cannot use these two because there's no center. So let's see, is there a quadrilateral? Yes, there is a quadrilateral. This is a quadrilateral. Okay, is there same segment? Now, I call this same segment the bow tie rule. You know the bow tie people wear, right? So I call it the bow tie rule. So it's like this. Yeah, it's like this, the one people wear on the neck. So this is the bow tie rule. All right, so this is a bow tie. So the bow tie rule. So this angle and this angle, if they are touching the circle, are the same. Similarly, this angle and this angle are the same. So you can see it here. So you should watch out for it. So don't forget, use this to remember. So let me draw it. I can see the bow tie rule here. So it means this angle and this angle. So y is 52. So all I needed to do is to know what the bow tie rule is. So again, don't call it bow tie, okay? If you call it bow tie in exam, it is wrong. You need to call it angle formed by a chord or angle in the same segment, okay? All right, similarly, this will be equal also. All right, so that is the theorem I'm going to use there. So I've gotten y. Now, how do I find x? How do I find x? So to find x, there are different ways to do it. So we can also, so is there any bow tie rule for this? Yes, there's a bow tie rule. So this, so if I take, so this is the chord. So this, and this. So the circle is like this so that you see it. So I have this from here, comes here. Then this one, yeah, this from there, this from there, then one comes here. Okay, so this and this side, so here is 26. So here is 26. There is 26. Okay, all right, so we're just finding where we want to find. Okay, next, we can also see, so we've gotten y. We can see that we can find here. So we can find here. So that will be 180. I'll just get my calculator. So I'm trying to find, the plan is to find here. When I find here, okay, we already know here to be 125, right? Yeah, I think I found it now. So you should try and find most places, any way you can find, any way you can find. Just find it. Everything will fall in place. So here's 125. Here will be 125. So I can find here. So this will give me there. But what is the purpose of finding there? If I find there, remember, see, I'm looking for a cyclic quadrilateral. So if this and this gives me, so this total angle here is 78. Okay, so here will be 180 minus 78, which is 102. So this is 102. Everything, okay? Everything is 102. Okay, now can I find here? Yes. So I can find here this small place to be 125 plus 26 minus 180. So that will give me 29. So here is 29. Okay, this is 29 degrees. Okay, I think we're done now. So I can find only here. Only here. So only there will be 102 minus 29. This will give me 73. Why am I finding only there? Because I can see a cyclic quadrilateral. So to get Z, Z will be 180 minus 73 because it's a cyclic quadrilateral. So minus, so Z is 107. So here's 107. All right. I hope it's making sense. It's rough, but we can always take the video back and draw your diagram and analyze it. All right, let's see how to find X. How do we find X? Okay, there are different ways to find X. You can come from this triangle. Okay, so we already know here to be 52. We can find here. So this will be 180 minus 52. Sorry, 125. 180 minus 125, you get 55. Then from this triangle, you get 55 plus 52 minus 180, you get 73. So here is 73. We would have even saw it from the bow tie rule. You see? Take this and this. So you can see this bow tie and this. So here is 73. So now how do I find X? This and whole of this. So X plus 73 plus 78 is equals to 180. This triangle, this and that. So that will give me 180 minus 78 minus 73 will give me 29. So X is 29. We can even see that from the bow tie rule again. So there are lots of bow tie rule here. So you can see, so imagine you have something like this. So this and this is the same. So that's just for your information. Remember the bow tie rule. Okay, all right, next we're finding X here. This looks easy. So angle at the center is twice the angle. So if here is 80, this is 160. So here is 160. Okay, I'm finding X. I need to get this, say, quadrilateral. So I can get here 360 minus 60. That will give me 360 minus 160. That's 200. Okay, then this divided by 2, angle at the center is twice the circumference. So this is 100. Then from here, I can just do X plus 100 plus 43 plus 160 is equal to 360. All angles in a quadrilateral makes 360. So 360 minus 100 minus 43 minus 160 will give me 57. So X 57. Okay, I hope it's making sense. All right, The next thing we are going to do is the last one. Yeah, the last one is a 5 marker. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, we are to find x. So again, try to find any way you can find as much as possible. And in circle theorems, you're free to make constructions. You're free. So tangent. So if this is 61, here will be 61. Tangent rule. So this is 61. Everything here is 61. So this is 61. So this is 61. So to get this, 61 minus 27, you get 34. So here is 34. Everything is 61. So that's the first place I can find. So we're finding x. I'm going to find a lot here. So let me make a construction here. So if here is 34, here will also be 34. So I've gotten some part. So if here is 34, remember, this is a radius from the center. O is always the center. This is O. That point is, so they gave us center. So 34, 34, isosceles triangle, because this is radius to the circumference to the circumference. So let me find here. So this will give me 34 plus 34. That will give me minus 180. So this is 112 degrees. Make sense? Yeah. So the next thing we are going to do is, let's find this back side. So 360 minus that, 360 minus 112 will give me 248. Now 248, you come here, center, circumference, divide by 2, you get 124. You see how I'm going? So this is an isosceles, so 1, so that will give me, so 2, okay, 124 minus 180 divided by 2, because this is an isosceles. So this will give me 28, 28. You see how I'm going around? Now, you can actually see what we are trying to get. But if you don't see it, no problem. Remember, x is everything here. This is all x, okay? So, and this is a cyclic quadrilateral. So we can do all the angles here plus this. So I'll get my answer. So all the angles. So another way I can easily find here also, I can make a construction here, but that will be too tedious. So I'm finding x, right? So x will be 180 minus everything here, because this is a cyclic quadrilateral. So 28 plus 34 plus 27. So 180 minus 28 plus 34 plus 27. That will give me 91. So my x is 91 degrees. Tricky, right? So in circle theorem, find anywhere you can find, things will fall in place. All right, guys, take care of yourself and bye.